welcome back. It's Friday the 10th of May 2013. It's time for another video. So, of course, this week, as you can probably tell, we're in another location. We're in a different place in Marseille now. And as you saw last week was indeed our last week in Digne. Our last day of teaching in Digne was the day that we actually filmed. So, and to all those that watched the video, in Digne, merci beaucoup. Regardez cette vidéo, c'était fantastique. Pour vous rencontrer, et je suis sûr que je retiendrai, comme j'ai déjà dit la semaine dernière. But other than that, not much else really going on. Like I said, last week we moved back to Marseille. So that was interesting. Last weekend, just do one or two little things in terms of administration that had to be finally sorted and to be sent off, like we said last week. So all the administration, on my part at least, should all be finished now. So that's all done in terms of those sorts of things. And then last Monday we were at the beach. So beach last Monday, it was quite warm, around 21, 22 degrees, which was pretty warm for this time of year, especially in this part of the world, in Celsius. So Tuesday then I helped Holly move out of her apartment, so moved out of there and moved in here. Tuesday evening-ish, we were finally here. Wednesday, we just did one or two little things around the area, nothing too much, waiting for her grandparents to arrive, who indeed arrived yesterday. So they got here yesterday and we helped them, we showed them around, told them one or two little things about Marseille and what they could do, if they were interested in it. And so yeah, that leads us up to today. Not really much planned for this morning. One or two little things will be finalised. We've just had breakfast and everything, that's all squared away, so that's fine. So moving on with the day now, not much really planned, so we'll just see what needs to be done. We've got one or two things to be sorted in terms of stuff going on, and then of course the rest of Holly's family will be here tomorrow. Of those that are in France, they will be here tomorrow, and we'll be here with them until next Friday, next Saturday-ish. So we've got those sorts of things to look at, and of course 10 days left here in France before going back to the UK, so we'll have one video left in France and one video then in the UK, plus then a final overall general view of the UK of the Europe that I'll give. Might be a bit longer than the standard videos, but I haven't really decided exactly what we're going to be talking about in those sorts of things, but it should just be a general overview of things to expect when to coming to France to live, or indeed just in general as an Erasmus sort of coordination thing, well, from my perspective anyway, from living where I was and doing what I was doing. So, like I said, 10 days after that, not much else really there. One or two things following on the news that we've seen in the last few days that's come up in Ohio, in China, in Syria, in the UK, and everything. And that's pretty much everything. We've looked at. I've looked at Portuguese as well. So Portuguese is still coming along very well. En sí, similares que español, pero estamos en uno de los diferencias que son importantes por falar en portugués que es español, and for all of those that are looking into it, it's definitely an interesting language, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who's learning it. So that's going to be continuing. And of course, yesterday we are looking forward again, and we will bring this up again at a later date, but booked flights to the US yesterday, so on the 1st of July I'll be flying to Seattle, so unfortunately we won't be doing videos then, but if you are on Facebook with me, then you will see the pictures of the Seattle region, and indeed Washington State, and maybe a few other places come up from the 1st of July to around the 14th of August. So we'll be in the UK then from the 20th of May until the 1st of July. So yeah, roughly, give or take. There'll be a week out there where we'll be in France as well, but I'll let you know in advance if you're wishing to meet up with me or anything. And then after that, then the 1st of July until the 14th of August, we'll be in the United States. and then from then on we'll go into we're looking at getting back into the school year and everything like that, and getting ready for the final year of university. So a lot of travelling to come coming up, a lot of interesting things to see. You'll see a lot of things through the camera, through photos, and indeed through these weekly videos. But other than that, there's not really much else left to say. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next week for what will be our final video in France, and we'll see you then. Thank you, and goodbye.